In the heart of rural America, far from the noise of cities, lay a quiet village surrounded by endless fields. The very edge of the village stood Willow Creek Farm, a small patch of land owned by an old farmer named Samuel. Samuel's days began before sunrise. He would step outside into the cool morning air, the dew still fresh on the grass, and listen to the gentle rustle of the cornfields. To him, it was more than just the wind. It was as if the land whispered its secrets to those who cared enough to listen. The farm was home to chickens, a few cows, and a stubborn horse named Daisy. Life was simple but never easy. Every season brought new challenges: storms in spring, scorching sun in summer, and heavy snow in winter. Yet Samuel loved every moment. The nearest town was 20 miles away, and the roads were rough. The people of the village depended on one another for everything. When Samuel's barn roof broke during a storm, neighbors came together to fix it. And when Mrs. Parker's well ran dry, Samuel brought water from his own. One autumn evening, as the sun set behind the golden fields, Samuel sat on his porch with a cup of coffee. He looked over the land, the corn swaying in the wind, the faint sound of crickets, the sky painted in shades of orange and pink, and thought to himself, this is what peace feels like. Life on Willow Creek Farm was far from the hustle of the modern world, but for Samuel, it was exactly where he belonged. Winter came early that year. By late November, the fields were buried under a thick blanket of snow, and the roads to town became dangerous. Samuel stocked up on hay for the animals and firewood for the stove, but deep down, he knew this winter was going to be different. One evening, as the wind howled outside, Daisy the horse started acting restless. She kept stomping her hooves and snorting as if trying to warn Samuel about something. Curious, he put on his coat, grabbed a lantern, and stepped outside. Through the swirling snow, Samuel noticed strange tracks leading from the edge of the forest toward his barn. They weren't human, but they weren't from any animal he knew either. The prints were long, narrow, and seemed to almost drag across the snow. The next morning, Samuel found that the latch on his barn door had been broken. Nothing was missing, but the animals were clearly frightened. Chickens refused to leave their coop, and even the cows huddled together nervously. Over the next few days, the strange tracks kept appearing, circling his farm at night. The whispers in the cornfields that Samuel had once found peaceful now felt unsettling, almost like voices speaking in a language he couldn't understand. One night, determined to find the source, Samuel waited in the barn with his lantern and an old hunting rifle. It passed in silence until he heard it, a slow, dragging sound outside, followed by the creak of the barn door. What Samuel saw in that dim, flickering light was something he would never forget. Samuel's breath caught in his throat. Standing in the doorway was a tall, thin figure wrapped in a tattered cloak. Its face was hidden beneath a hood, but two pale, glowing eyes stared straight at him. The air in the barn grew colder. Even Daisy, the stubborn horse, backed away, trembling.